our own 25. King will keep, and he is able to bully his way out to around the 31-yard line. Burrows for 6. Tackle made by Terrence Manderville after a 6-yard pickup.
In the last game of the regular season, I don't really want to see Nicholas King take those type of hits right there, getting a pickup of about 6 to 5 yards there.
A very punishing 6-yard pickup. Manderville with the tackle was the second-team all-conference linebacker of the year. Here for the National Central Conference is a returner. Here goes King. Hesitates, bootleg, outside to the 25. Still looking down the field. Chucks it to the sideline last moment. And a smart play by King makes it still in plus territory for the Tigers, a 3rd and 14. That would have been a sack.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. For most quarterbacks, they would have been taken down. But Nicholas King's ability to run the ball and be elusive right there, scrambling to the far side, just throwing it away.
Well, nearly every Citrus College defender has their hands on their hip. It's a 3rd down. Snap is back. King looking left, wings it over the middle. Pass is caught by Isaac Whitney. He's able to reach behind his body for a grab of 13. He needed 14 to move the chains. And what to do on a 4th down? It looks like Tom Kraft will elect to bring on the punt unit.
Wow, he did not get the friendly ball spot from the sideline.
Well, Whitney, you got to run that route beyond the 1st down. But then again, on a 3rd and 14, King, who had pressure in his face, didn't have the necessary time in order to find his receiver beyond the 1st down. Just an unfortunate series of events that all started with the 1st down holding penalty, put him in the minus territory from the get-go. From the 44-yard line, Zamora booms a line drive kick, will be returnable. Smith will let it hop and end up running away from the football is Smith, and the ball will bounce all the way down to the Citrus College 12. Make it a boot of 44 yards.
Riverside is pleading that the ball touch Smith back there in punt
It
return.
happened once, but I'm sure the referees know what's at stake here. Of course, Citrus College is looking to win this game and put themselves back into the playoff picture for next season. But how about some of these freshmen that have played relatively well? And it all starts with Patrick Smith. He would love to go into next season. And really, if they were able to win this game against the number 1 team in the state, I'm sure that would help him second-guess potentially transferring next year out of a team like Citrus College. 1st and 10 from inside their own 15. Emmanuel Ponder gets the give, but ends up losing a yard. Tackle made for the Tigers by Mickey Fangatua. Devontae Wilson in the mix as well.
Going back to Patrick Smith, number 1, the true freshman for the Citrus College Owls. A guy who definitely has made a name for himself.
I would say the number 1 player on the offense that's returning for the Owls.
Exactly. I'm talking about next year. A guy who can make a name for himself throughout the state now.
If they were to win this game, I'm sure Citrus could make a very legitimate argument that you might as well stick around here given that we could get back to bowl eligibility. Cupworth does fire his way, and the pass is tipped away by Ray Ford. That'll be the 10th pass deflection for Ray Ford, who was on the sideline for most of the first half, but your thoughts about him coming back out there?
Ray Ford making a big play early in the first quarter. A big interception. Cupworth just throwing the ball up in the air, but hey, Ray Ford's got that jumping ability and caught that ball at its highest point, making a big play.
He's 5'10", but he did climb the ladder there. He's tied to the line, along with the numerous amount of Tigers here on a 3rd and 10. Owls from their own 12. Play clock is down to 4. They lead 14-10. Tigers back off at the final moment. Snap at 1. Cupworth looking right. Fires over the middle and has his man, Alex Johns Moore, all the way out inside the 30, down to the 32-yard line. Cupworth and the Owls needed 10. They got 21. Move the chains.
And Cupworth showing ability there. Standing tall, very calm in the pocket, just fires away using that arm strength to get that ball down the middle.
The tight end for just the 8th reception this year, the freshman Beltram. 1st and 10 all the way at the 33-yard line. Emmanuel Pooler flanks the quarterback to the right hip of Larry Cupworth here as they continue the drive at the 32. Wings it out near side. Caught by Smith. Scurries to the 40. Has room across midfield. 40. 30, a cutback to the 20, and he's bullied out of bounds at around the 10. But there is a penalty flag down. It could be a holding that would negate for the 5'7" freshman, Patrick Smith. It was a 55-yard scamper that potentially is all to naught.
That was a holding, and I saw that it was Romney setting up that wide receiver screen for Smith, who took that
There's
ball.
a reason why he was wide open on the near sideline.
Yeah,
but that will end up being, in the stat book, a penalty for a loss of 60 yards.
It was clear what Romney did. He grabbed the back shoulder side of the defender that he was blocking, and therefore
for a moment, I was like, wow, that was some fantastic blocking.
A little too fantastic. Anytime you see a lane or a hole that big, it's a little iffy, Doesn't tend to happen all that too often.
Especially against the Tigers.
So true. So true.
That will never happen against Riverside. Patrick Smith, the kickoff return specialist, to go along with having some time at running back / receiver on offense. He's going to be a great return for the Citrus College Owls next year. 4 wide set. Cutbirth wings it as he's hit, fires and completes. That'll be Patrick Smith, who spun down at the 32, and he'll get all of the penalty yardage back, make it a 2nd and 10.
If I'm Riverside, I want to watch the middle in this next pass. Cutbirth tends to look down the middle and finding big gains during this whole game, but let's see if that soft coverage becomes a whole lot stronger for Riverside here.
And they're playing with Dayhone Wise to go along with Brock Carmen at linebacker. Jonah Moy and A.J. Hodgkins round out the unit to go along with a new man back deep in that secondary. Terrence Solomon returns following the suspension. Cupper, he'll find it for a first down to Patrick Smith, who will be just a bit short, mind you, of the first down, make it a gain of 10. Now a 3rd and short upcoming. Cutbirth with that pump fake. That threw off just about everybody down there on the defense. 7:14 to go. Owls lead by 4.
14-10 ball game right here with the Owls with a chance to continue this drive and extend this lead here.
Cutbirth operates off of an empty package. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Cutbirth looking left, hesitates, wings it deep down the field. 1-on-1 against Ray 4. The pass is tipped and incomplete. Going to Patrick Smith, and he's kicking himself that he didn't have that pass completion. Smith is 6'1", Ray Ford 5'10", but the cornerback is 2 for 2 here in the 3rd quarter against him.
Patrick Smith right there. It could have been caught. It's just the presence of Ray Ford that causes that drop.
Well,
right in the face.
On a deja vu, if you will, the Tigers went from a 1st and 10 to a 1st and 20 after a hold, gained 19 yards, but were just short of the marker and had to punt. This series, Citrus College started with a 1st and 20 after a hold, went 18 yards, and now on a 4th and 2. Here goes the punting unit, kicks it deep over the middle, and the pass is fumbled by Tremel Davis and will be recovered by Citrus College.
Well,
that'll be a turnover. First of the day here for the Tigers.
And the mistakes are starting to pile on for Riverside. They're not huge. This one was huge.
Slowly but surely giving Citrus College second opportunities. All of these offenses have done absolutely nothing here in the 3rd quarter. 4 punts on 4 possessions, but the last will be coughed up by Tremel Davis on the return. The 4th fumble of the year for Tremel Davis. Despite his great return ability, it doesn't matter who it is, Marenko or Davis, they always seem to have no ability to hang on to the football.
Yeah, they got to find someone who's definitely more sure-handed than both of those guys.
Stallone was the man earlier on in the year. Cutbirth is picked off, intercepted, and on the return goes Jonah Moy. Bullies his way across the 40, and the quarterback Cutbirth threw it right into the arms of the linebacker. Boy, just off the shoe tops goes the linebacker Moy to intercept it, and it's a turnover right back.
Jonah Moy showing why this week he was offered by Indiana. A guy who totally read that right off of the start. He didn't bite. Totally staying in his lane, staying in that zone coverage, and just jumping right in front of that ball, taking it away from that running back. And Cutbirth, you just got intercepted.
Boy, that'll be the first interception this season for Jonah Moy, who does rank 2nd on the team with over 60 tackles this year. He has been a dominant force and read like a book. Jonah Moy able to intercept Larry Cutbirth, and what really was a dangerous scenario for the Tigers, trailing by 4. It turns into another opportunity. Play action fake. Fires to a wide open receiver who's standing alone at the 25, but unable to hit Jawan Thomas is Nicholas King. That would have been a 50-yard pass completion, but led his receiver maybe by the edge of his very own fingernail, led him an inch too far.
Nicholas King right there off of the play action in a shotgun situation. Right off of the turnover, you got some momentum, and that's why you go for that big home run strike.
I like that play call.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a little too long, just like you said.
King has done a whole lot better, Dan, in those deep throws. Just nothing doing on that one. A delay goes to Foster. Bouncing from right to left. Here he goes outside. 45, runs into his own man at around the 44, and that'll be stopped after a gain of 2. And he was tackled for the most part by his own offensive lineman. That was Terrell Battle, who was there to bully him down to the turf after a 2-yard pickup.
Sometimes Denzel Foster is his worst enemy. His own worst
you talked about it. Yes, you did.
A guy who right there made a little bit too many moves running into his own lineman in that one. Instead of going side to side, I'd like to see him get a little bit down low and start driving his feet a little bit more straight north and south.
Well, Foster is out, and into the game is the West Valley product, Christopher Anderson. 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, fires and completes. Duran Burton, no. They call that an incomplete pass. At the very last moment, Burton dropped the football, and for 5 times in a row, both Citrus College twice and the Tigers 3 times straight, they'll have to punt the football. There's only 1 first down to be made by the Owls and the Tigers combined here in the 3rd quarter.
The plays are being called perfectly. It's all about execution now. A Riverside City College here struggling to execute and produce.
Well, another punt. Zamora to kick it away. A line drive boot. Martin standing at his own 20 will let it hop inside the 10, down to the 5, rolls to the 4, and the Tigers will stop that football all the way at the 1. Wise has got to be careful that doesn't roll in the end zone. And he downs it at the 1-foot line.
Boy.
A phenomenal punt by Anthony Zamora, yet again pinning the Owls inside the 5.
We tend to talk about him more than most broadcasters, but we talk a lot about special teams in that kicking game.
Because the Tigers,
just that good.
Yeah, because Zamora ranks number 1 in the state in punting average. Jimmy Camacho is number 1 in California in field goal makes this season, and Tremel Davis has been outside of fumbles. He's been phenomenal returning the football. That's one thing that separates good teams from great, their ability to win in that third phase special teams. From the 1, Cupworth standing at the shadow of his own goalpost here with 5:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun snap, play action fake, going deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught. Here goes Romney across midfield and shut down by his own shoe tops by Dahone Wise at the 41-yard line. Citrus College was standing literally in the back of the end zone, and Cupworth fires to Romney for a gain of 59 down to the 43 of Riverside.
Romney right there making up for that hold on the last possession, going deep this time. Instead of blocking, use him for what he's known best for. Deep passes, good catch, big yardage.
Errol Romney, that'll be catch number 6 for him today, over 100 yards receiving, and the sophomore has made an amazing impact in this game. It'll be his final debut in a Citrus College uniform, his final game. Citrus is out of the postseason, but he has created the monstrous performance here at Wheelock Stadium. Pass rush coming, Cupworth chucks it away, incomplete. A potential throw that was illegal, if you will, intentional grounding, but no call. Dan Cadino and Nick Rice joining you live. 5:05 to go from Wheelock Stadium, home of the Jungle, where the Tigers have won 28 consecutive games under Tom Kraft.
Currently down 14-10 in this one. Riverside looking to make a play again on defense.
Well, of all the times for the Tigers to give up a monstrous play down to the near sideline, it would be when they had them pinned at their own 1. Nevertheless, Citrus is still out of field goal range for the meantime. Shotgun snap goes to Cupworth. Looking left, swings it that way, and the pass over the head of a wide-open Emmanuel Pooler, who would have had your Owl first down. Now make it a 3rd and 10. Following the deep pass completion to Romney, it's been 2 incompletions by Cupworth. Now 3rd down, and they need the 32 in order to move the chains.
Unlike any other game, in the 8 victories Riverside has had, they haven't really let go of the big play, that big play for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Here in this one, they've let go already one, and then already a 60-yard pass.
That's right. They allowed the 49-yarder for a touchdown in the first half and nearly one for a score in the second. 5:01 to go, 14-10, Citrus. Back to throw, pass rush coming, eludes, fires to the end zone, has a man open, arrow